It's not a strategy-defining pick.
Yes. It's just like one of those things that you can slot in and you're happy about. You're like, okay, I've got a jug. If somebody picks it in my pub game, I'm never mad.
Sure.
There are very few situations where I'm unhappy about having jug on my team.
Meanwhile, Ninjas in Pajamas, I mean, they very early set the tone of...
I kind of blame us for that one.
Yeah.
The interview that we... Let's not talk about that. Hey, CCNC is about to get top 4 potentially. It all worked out. As they're going to fight over this rune.
Going to roll over him. 33 is going to be saved by the disruption. That will buy him some time. A lot of that spin damage being negated. 33, though, will still fall.
Dead.
And
other 2 cores, because I do think this is a team that relies on their 2 cores to kind of win them the game.
Mm-hmm.
They really like Chris Luck and Hector. They're like, you guys are our all-star players. Let's keep it going. And as
sure enough, 33 is definitely in trouble here, and he's going to die. 3 on Fada.
Fada, I actually feel pretty bad for Fada, because I think he gets a lot of hate, and he always has. Just whenever Fada does poorly, it's like,
yeah.
You know, there are some circumstances that you have to consider, like, as to why he's getting poor laning phase. As bottom lane, 33.
And that's 33. 33 is having a rough one right now, as he may be dying.
He's dead.
For the 3rd time. Hector is going to take a little bit longer to run him down.
Hey, Hector's got boots.
33 is... and then, you know, at some point in time, Schofield shows up at top, and it becomes a 2v1 for a little while.
Yes.
Whisper also wasn't that shut out because it's an Elder Titan. You know, he's not that. He's still going to get experience. He's not actually going to die. They are going to be able to get the splitter at the top in the air. Ace, he does manage to get saved by the disruption, but yeah, they're just going to run out of damage. But that's fine.
Yeah, they're going to get the bounty runes.
What's not fine is the fact that they have 5 stacks of the Shadow Poison on Schofield. He will manage to refill his bottle here.
He wants to come back in right now, Cap.
He's really trying to with the Avalanche, and now they're going to pop the Edict. The Split Earth lands, and this time it'll be Peter, who's under assault and will... Zaxa, he's going to be chased down.
Because right now, the way that the laning phase is looking, again, this triangle area, nobody needs to come into mid lane because they're so far behind. He can get both the best of all worlds, really.
Schofield shows himself with the illusion, does try and get behind. He's going to toss his own illusion up in the air to try and hit Ace, but this rotation coming out with the global being used.
And he does have an invis rune right now. Most likely going to run into Schofield, who does spot him out. Stinger lays out the silence, but might not be enough to save Schofield as he gets a nice toss.
Even if Schofield dies here, he may have just done enough damage that other infamous heroes can get away. Sure enough, Schofield is going to get run down by backdoor.
Yeah, and Hector, he has unbelievable fun.
And they're still contesting the Troll. It's not even like Troll got space out of that.
Yes. As they're going to come back in, PPD likely to go down here.
Yeah, he is definitely dead as he's going to be hit by the Split Earth. The toss over onto Ace. A beautiful play by Schofield. Ace actually pops that Battle Trance and will be able to kill the Leshrac.
He might survive here for this.
So much heal, actually, that Stinger's not going to be able to do anything about him. And since Schofield ran out of damage there as well.
Nice.
To go combat at all times.
Oh, we see PPD right now. He's going to get slowed up as soon as the silence pops. And look at how unafraid Hector is. He knows that his hero is the strongest in the game at this point.
Ty does have Ravage. He could pop it out of vision, but there is nothing really to follow it up, at least not yet. Now, Fada is going to go into the back line almost immediately, but his Flame Guard's going to be taken away from that Yule Scepter.
They do have global.
A lot of his damage, but they do manage to have the 3-man Ravage. Can he finish up Whisper for the global? It's good enough. The spin onto 33 will be able to trade out the offlaners here. The toss over onto Fada right next to Hector, and he's silenced up as well. He can't get away from this one. A triple kill. Godlike spree for Hector. Go ahead. Give him the beyond godlike. 15 minutes in, they don't. Schofield takes it away, but still.
Look at that, Ace.
Oh, Fada is going to try and run down Whisper. In return, they avenge Ace, but...
Fada right now, and he's going to run into his own creep wave, likely to die here.
He tosses him back onto the range creep, trying to hide in the trees. The creeps actually block out Fada pretty well, but...
Not sure what's going... Yeah. And that's almost never a good sign, especially with the amount of talent that's on this team. Bottom lane, they're going to make the move on a Hector, but this is the freest of free jug games. Let me tell you guys.
He's not scared at all. Yule Scepter. And the global silence to be able to chain that one. They throw down the Omni Slash just to make sure they have the burst damage. That's the Beyond Godlike for Hector.
They're going to lose this bottom tower now,
tier 2 as well.
Oh, they're going to run into PPD here. The toss back onto the silencer.
The captain of Ninjas in Pajamas. He hasn't been able to pull Nip out of their funk. Some ways, this game may become a little simpler for Ninjas in Pajamas as they start losing more and more barracks. They won't get split push as heavily.
and Chris Luck continues to not participate in these fights. He is all in committed to the split push because he knows that it's so difficult for NIP to deal with this Juggernaut alone. As Chris Luck's going to come in with the spiders.
They're going to get popped real quickly by the Anchor Smash. Ace is not here at all, by the way. He's just cutting the bottom lane. They're going to go for the Omni Slash. The Eul Scepter out. The Global Silence on top. The Ember Spirit is just plain dead. He may have to buy back here just to be able to hold his. Chris Luck is going to be able to commit his BKB, addressing the Tidehunter. Wants to be able to force out the Ravage or kill him. Either way, it's happiness for Chris Luck as the rest of his team just going to focus on the buildings. The Glyph is going to stall them, and it looks like the Broodmother's going to back up, but Schofield does manage to jump in, finish off the Tidehunter. That's a second buyback for the Ninjas as Nif. They're going to lose their range
and
bears.
Ace goes
They're
down
going to lose
too.
their topping lane. Ace is dead. He's going to have to buy back as well. They're losing the buildings and they're losing their heroes, and the buybacks just don't seem to amount to anything. The range barracks, and looks like the melee barracks almost falls before anybody shows up. They wait for the stomp, goes back in, finishes that. Hector spinning on the melee barracks, commits for that one, and Ninjas the Pajamas, nowhere to be seen, nowhere to be found. They just accepted Megas.
I mean, what else? What play is there to make, realistically speaking?
Well, the last play is apparently diving the fountain. That's what Chris Luck is up to.
This is just shocking, like how one-sided this game was from the get-go. And this is very similar to the game in which they lost to Vici, where it just felt like nothing happened.
Yep.
This is like the exact same feeling.
Just a question of whether or not your first 15 minutes of the game are going to go well. And we'll have to see how that is against Broodmother.
Yeah, let's fire up NIP. Let's go. We're not biased at all, but we want your tournament life to continue so that you get into a dramatic situation where PPD has to fight his former team to get...
Schofield. The lane is going to push in, so he's going to show up at this tri-lane once again and try and get the kill on Asaxa. He's going to be able to get the telekinesis. But the Avalanche and all the Shadow Poison, that's easily going to be enough to... Oh! One more. He's going to pop his stick, have enough for the lance, and that will be enough to secure. I mean, he's got that very telegraphed, I'm going to rend it. They do manage to kill Hector at top lane. Trying to go on a Whisper here. Wraithfire Blast. Has the cast ready to go. Honestly, he's not that low. But Fada just continues to try and bully him out. Diabolic Edict is going to be used here, but another round of Wraithfire Blast. This means they're going to be able to get the Maledict before the cask, and Whisper's dead. And he knows it too. He doesn't even try and attack anymore.
Nope, going to go down easy.
Oh, nice Stinger. Managed to take a lot of those last hits, but may end up dying as the boar is going to be able to catch him. Got tossed back into the boar, the Fate Bolt to finish him off. So even if he does get all those last hits, it'll cost him his life.
And we said that NIP is a team, they need a good laning phase to be able to continue to roll. So far, so good, as they're going to even start to harass Hector quite a bit, who doesn't want to pop the shrine, but Hector, buddy, you're going to have to.
Even dropping items on
Lane
Disruption into Split Earth. Fada does not have his level 6, and this is too much damage, that's for sure.
It's into Ags. I think the key difference between the two builds, oftentimes that Brutes go for,
threatening the roar, and they are actually going to use the roar here.
Is he
Hector
dead?
is
Yeah, he's
very
gone.
dead.
Even worse.
They're going to catch Peter as well behind the tap.
Still very healthy.
Got to be able to catch Peter here. He is very dead.
Oh, Ace is now here, though.
Ace is really going to commit for this one. He's actually going to go for that last rank.
He's
The
gonna
damage
kill
dealer is
everyone.
dead. That means the Shadow Demon is gone as well. Schofield's trying to get out. Fada knows he did not run left, so he's got to be somewhere in this triangle. Spot him with a telekinesis. Wraithfire Blast as well.
Toss up.
Toss for toss. Ace actually managed to run down Hector as well. Schofield's still alive.
That was the roar.
He's trying to skedaddle here, but there's nowhere to run to. He'll gonna be able to get to the Shadow Demon as well. With Schofield, I'm not sure if you really want to get too close to this one. The Soul Catcher goes out. They're gonna try and burst down the Meepo with a Split Earth, but it doesn't land because Saxa had the telekinesis as well.
Ace is getting low.
But Ace does go down as Chris Luck and his gigantic army finishes off those spiders. Gonna be able to get Peter as well.
And
Who just
Schofield,
stands his ground for a while.
it looked like he wanted to continue.
Why though? No minus, no Radiance build. Do have the Avalanche to be able to slow down 33. They
Stinger's
traded
so dead.
Leshrac for a Rubik.
Schofield goes down too. During this time, the Meepo is PPD.
Okay, Peter.
So bad against the spiders.
It's not quite enough vision. He's going to be found by Ace, and he's going to be like, how'd you know I was there? He'll end up dying. They do have the Primal Roar on the Brood. That's a big kill, but a Split Earth managed to lock down all those Meepos. The Paralyzing Cast keeping the Brood Mother locked in place. He will end up by Infamous. The game is pretty much over. Ace should have a really sick game. He's going to be able to find another kill on a Schofield while his team continues to pressure the
right now, Infamous can't fight.
Ace, he's going to try and catch Chris Luck, and he does manage to get him. This is Chris Luck's death.
Trying to this is a very mid-game oriented strategy. This is meant to end the game at the 20-minute mark as Ace going to run in, find Schofield.
Surround him with the Meepos, toss one Meepo away, but the other two remain. And a force shows up for the Meepos are right-clicking, that all of them are just going to go back up to full health because of Ransack.
Onto the high ground they march.
33 drops a little bit low from the Soul Catcher, but Infamous can't really push forward. That Ace Meepo is just so terrifying, and he's so tanky, and now they've got to pick off Schofield. It's going to be tossed back for the telekinesis into all the Meepos, and even as they take the damage, they just keep on moving forward. Whisper thinks they're a little bit low enough, maybe commit, and that's certainly where this Phantom Lancer's going in, but he has to doppelganger away with Sliver of HP. He's going to be caught, shot down by the Ethereal Blade. Now turning in with a Scythe of Ice, going to be able to go for Schofield on his second life. No dieback for him, and Whisper, well, he can't even finish off one Meepo. He
they denied it from him.
And that's it.
They denied them. They were going to give him the Rampage. Stinger's going to walk in here.
Chris Luck trying to go in. He's going to deal with Soxa as best he can. He's going to be able to clean up 33 as well. Oh,
Rampage.
No, he got Primal Roar. Rampage for Ace. Give him a double Rampage. Whisper actually hits a beautiful Split Earth, but this is still a Meepo with Aegis. You can't bring him down. There's too many teamfight auras. His Meepo's too damn big. Ninjas in pajamas, they came to this game on the edge, on the brink. One game and they're out. They came into it with a plan, and it's a filthy plan too. It's a Meepo full team fight lineup.
And Chris Luck trying to find Fada, who does still have
the reincarnation, so that's two different cores. They just can't kill fast enough. Fada.
Chris Luck trying to slow him down, and he's going to go down real easy.
Oh, Chris Luck actually does spot Peter.
Oh, boy.
The boys are out.
Dude, the boys are doing it.
And the boys, they're tearing down that tier 3. They're about the revolution. They're tearing down the wall, and looks like Meepo, they may be able to take away that Aegis pretty easy. They will get that. The toss over to the Shadow Demon. That, I don't think,
Stinger.
was what Schofield wanted with that play. And it looks like all of Infamous, they should be able to get out of anything. Infamous, they might just be able to catch more out of this nasty situation. Peter, he's going to be disrupted. His TP is canceled.
Peter just, this is of the turnaround potential of disruption.
Yeah.
They're going to make
as well as Soul Catcher, right?
They
that
just got a kill.
Schofield. This game looked pretty solid for them. They are going to be able to find the initiation onto Whisper. And a telekinesis opening actually onto that Shadow Demon. A really big kill, especially if they get both of them here. The lockdown on the Phantom Lancer. They hit him with the chains. They locked him down. Ace running forward. Hector does have the doppelganger to be able to get some distance away. A little bit of confusion. A 4-staff out. Gets back to the tier 4. Schofield hit by the avalanche. Actually, they see the real Hector. Lock him down again. Doppelganger's up, but he's still rooted. Still locked down. Get the chains on the splitter. The telekinesis. He's dead. No buyback too. So Infamous, they're going to have to fight this out 3 versus 5 as they try and chase away Ninjas in Pajamas. But Nip, they know this is their time to secure this game.
This Ace Meepo, 19-1-3.
He is a beast, and he's about to get his 20th kill. As Schofield is going to be chased down by the Scythe. The Split Earth stalls one of the Meepos, but the rest of them stream forward. Fada takes the kill instead. But Nip, focus on the objectives. Go for that lane of barracks, or go for Chris Luck, actually. Chain stun him, make sure he can't get off his BKB, and he is food. He is fodder for Infamous at this point. Schofield's next up. Rip down the rock. Whisper's going to get chain stun. Infamous just one by one, getting pecked and poked apart by Ninjas in Pajamas, and that's the GG.
All right.
Nip will stay alive at TI.
So now we're in the dream situation, guys. This is the dream scenario that I was hoping for. NIP against EG, the former captain.
To stay alive, to stay in the tournament, to prove something to Evil Geniuses.